So I've been looking around for some Hero Quest reprint updates. Not that I'm really expecting to find many. It seems to follow the typical Kickstarter, Pulse Starter, whatever we want to call it, right? The project is funded. It's ready to go. It's just going to move along. And I suspect we'll kind of hear about it a year from now when things start shipping. But I know the communication hasn't been the best, and there's been a couple of little leaks here and there. And that's what I wanted to check in with you guys. Just putting it out there, does anyone know, are they going to do something with the dragon or some of the goals that we missed? They just seem to kind of be hanging out there. That communication before the Kickstarter, the Pulse Starter ended was kind of nebulous. It was like, well, if you want it, pledge for it. Well, we've been pledging an insane amount. I mean, look at the money that was raised. Okay, it's not a Gloomhaven. It's not a Frosthaven. It's not some of these other massive games, but considering there was zero support, zero work put towards promoting it, and it was really kind of grassroots fans, word of mouth, I think it did pretty well. But that's missed opportunities is a topic for another time. I'm just kind of wondering, the dragon, those other stretch goals, can we still kind of switch? Oh, the bard has been kind of, Bard's kind of interesting. Can we kind of switch the druid and a few others? Can we swap some things out? Tongue in cheek. But at this point, I was just wondering if you guys had seen any updates, any pointers. But I suspect it's going to be in production. It'll go through that channel a year from now. We'll be maybe doing some unboxing and rolling some dice. And from there, maybe some expansions, maybe a part 2. I think it's really going to depend at this point. The future of Hero Quest. And I think, on a side note, I think they rolled it out because they needed to protect their IP. I think they were looking and saying, we have this Hero Quest, we have a great concept, we have this great trademark, we need to reassert it and reprint it and kind of reset that clock. I think that's the only reason that it has been reprinted. And that's fine. Look, I'll take it. I'd love to have both copies. I'd love to explore it through this new reimaging. I mean, that's absolutely fantastic. But I don't think somewhere up in that corporate tower was like, you know what? The fans have finally spoken 20-something years later. We're going to reprint it. There was obviously motivation to protect something, to protect some sort of capital. So with that, would there be some additional reprints? Would there be some additional expansions? Clearly, our money was used to fund it so they could not only make profit, but produce everything to sell retail and make more profit. And that sale, depending on how it goes, I mean, look, crazy things are happening. I walk into B&N and I see Warhammer 40K stuff. Games Workshop has gone totally mainstream. It's no longer like kind of backroom gaming store, shady kind of stuff like that. It's mainstream. So there's always the hope that if it does pick up a little bit, maybe they'll do something to that effect. Or maybe they're going to start licensing out. They're going to pull a WizKids and just license out the Hero Quest adventure system. And, I mean, what if there was a D&D game? What if Hero Quest, the system, was replaced with Dungeons & Dragons icons and miniatures and character classes? You know, we have the Adventure Path series, but there's a lot of other opportunities. Maybe they're going to start farming out the system, but that's getting off topic, and that's a topic for another time because the system is simplistic and it works. You could make it sci-fi, you could make it anything. But have we heard any new updates? Sad face, I don't think. I think it's just going to be as is, and that's what we're going to get. And ultimately, look, that's not a bad thing. If you would have said this time last year before literally the world blew up, hey, there's going to be a Hero Quest reprint, I would have looked and said, like, that's impossible. That's never going to happen. If you want Hero Quest, you got two choices. Minimum $100 USD on eBay, and even then, it's going to be worn. There might be some pieces missing, or you're going to have to like forge and craft your own with miniatures and go in that direction. Like that's kind of like Magic Realm. Those are your only two choices: eBay or forge your own. And now, like, here it is, light of day. That's something that's really, really unique, and that is something that is really, really interesting.